Yeah, it's true.
Is it true? Happy Burn Day.
Happy Burn Day. I thought you said Burn Day, and I was gonna be like, have you been to Burning Man?
No, and unfortunately, I will never. Well, unfortunately, depending.
I've been
I
seven
would be
times.
overstimulated.
Ah, there's camps for that. I'm serious. There are camps for that.
Okay, I was like, either this is a very over my head joke right now, or
No, there's like theme camps for various hundreds of thousands of things and themes you could think of. It's probably there or been done.
fair
Uh,
enough.
but yeah, I'm 100% sure there's a theme camp for folks that get overstimulated. There's even an area called there's like a quiet zone I think too,
That
where
would be where I would live
within a
because
few
I can.
yeah, within a few blocks there can't be music or art cars or dance cars, mutant vehicles with subwoofers driving by at specific times of day
I
and
would
night.
live
So
there.
yeah, it's
No
nice.
question.
I've walked through. It's quaint. Somebody gave me fried chicken as I walked through one time. It was nice. Very random.
Now that's just my further impetus to go there. Is now that I know there's fried chicken involved.
He's
Uh,
booking a moving truck now.
one
Exactly.
one year
Vroom vroom.
there was a dim sum camp that was they were I don't know how they did it logistically in the middle of the desert. They served up dim sum from like 10 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Mm.
to hundreds, probably
That
thousands of people.
It's
It
so astounding how
was
they do
wild.
that type of
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. It was so dope though. Anyways, I digress. We're here to play
Anyway,
some
hello.
Pathfinder, and
Yeah, we are.
thank you all for joining us for session 7 of our run through of Paizo's Pathfinder Second Edition standalone module called Rusthenge. I'm Robert, the showrunner and game master, and fool to attempt this. But I'm not alone in this tomfoolery. I've got some friends, new friends as well. Dylan, you're old news.
shit.
I was gonna say stay, get out of here, but no, stay. I need you.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say I would like to do this tonight. Here's my plans.
Too bad. Yeah,
You could
your
have told me like
grandpa.
20 minutes ago. I would have maybe said okay, but I'm on now, so
No, it's
stuck with me for 2 hours.
it's been super fun. That's it. Can I have more?
End of the day.
I've got Cody, Nick, and Jacob
Hello.
here as well. How are you guys doing?
No,
Wow.
Yeah,
doing better now that it's finally cooling off in this freaking room of mine.
same. Samesies.
It's been warm. It's been warm. It's like
Mhm.
90 degrees today.
Just
Today was a nice 66 over here.
must
Even
be
here.
nice.
In the mitten state, it was a warmer day for me than for Nick. It was 75 here. Which sounds wonderful, and it is. Except if your room contains all the heat.
Or once the humidity really starts kicking in
And
later in
that.
the year, can't
Oh.
handle that Midwest humidity.
Later in the year, it's already here.
Yeah, the earliest I go back to the Midwest usually is like June-ish, July. So
Oh.
yeah.
See, the moisture actually has been really, like, early this year, starting in April. And it's been confusing. I walk outside and I just get moist immediately, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I hate everything.
like, cool. I need another shower seconds after I got out of the shower.
Instantly.
Yeah.
I'm just like, ignore me coming into work with wet everything. I promise.
Was it
Not
raining
me.
outside? No, I'm just
No.
out in the humidity.
This is just me.
Yeah.
I'm just a warm man in a
That is-
humid place.
Yeah, that's how I couldn't do it.
Was it the show Dead Like Me where there was a character that hated the word moist? They called it pornographic, I think, just like very consistently. Like, don't say this. Oh, Warren Church, I probably shouldn't have said that word.
Moist.
Moist.
Yeah,
Moist is
exclamation point moist. What does that do in the
Exclamation
chat?
point, yeah.
Just stream elements out. What happens with that?
Oh, it's gonna be something now. He's
It
gonna try it.
bans you.
It's a
Alt
self
F
ban.
forwards you.
Self-destruct button.
I don't mind the word, so maybe it'll do something else. Give it a try, chat.
Let's not forget that this is session 007. So So
Oh, yeah.
somebody might have a license to kill.
Yes.
Those ovals.
Are you trying to
Yeah, it's
segue? Go ahead. Go ahead, Nick. Segue in. Get us
Well,
there.
also, James Bond probably made people moist.
Oh.
I don't know. Maybe I thought that's what he was going
Yes.
for.
mean-
I didn't get it.
Daniel Craig has that effect on people. Me being one of them. So, you know, I get it.
Raise
He's
my
a
hand.
handsome bastard.
He has a handsome bastard. That man ages. Anyway, moving on.
Calm down. Tuck it.
I can only talk so hard until I'm in drag.
Oh God.
All right. You know who else likes to tuck it when they're watching are our new followers. Let's give a quick shout out to Patio Appliance.
That's an interesting assumption.
They're the unfollows. They are,
Patio Appliance, thanks for the follow. Eric McGrin, Rumpster44, and
Hi, Eric.
hi yay, DJ Snakes Are Down, Age TV Tiger Dad, Mama Boosty, and I think that's it.
HTV
Nope.
Tiger Dad is from the
HSV, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's some of the HSV crew.
Lily's Mama 02. Shane is crazy, not Shane. Never mind. I'm not gonna try and say that. Peachy Forever, Dakoba, JTV, and Grady, Tricky XTTV. And yeah, thanks for the follows. Quick shout out to all of you.
Thanks, y'all.
Much appreciated. You all helped us get us to our follower goal. So now we have a new one. There are 79 followers, which is stupendous. Huge thank you to HSV, Mia El Chivo. Chris, thanks, man. You've been a wonderful, what's the word? Wonderful person.
Just all around human.
Just a
Yeah.
one-
Yeah, you're just a great guy. All around, top to bottom, left and right. Awesome. I'm going to shut the fuck up now and go to my copy.
I get that though. I feel like today has been the day where I've forgotten how to speak the English language.
Yeah.
Case in
There
point.
were, yeah, exactly. There were at least 10 times today where I just could not sentence.
Yeah.
I
Feel that.
almost asked to go home at one point. I was just like, I can't type emails today.
I can't
Can I
Monday.
just go home.
Yeah.
So yeah, with us hitting our follower goal and hitting affiliate, we are able to accept bits, cheers, and a whole bunch of other things that I still don't really understand. But I know now that channel points and bits are not the same thing. So with that said, loyal followers, listeners, audience members in our Twitch chat, if you would like to help support this channel and everything we do in our nerddom, you can donate bits, and for 500 bits, you can gift any of the players here an obol, which is essentially a hero point, which can turn the tide of any combat or roll at any given point, really. Yeah, it's essentially like advantage or disadvantage in D&D 5e, but with this system and some of the variants that I'm using, it does so much more. So, yeah, that'd be cool. You can have an effect on the game. Another thing you can do for 1,000 bits is roll a die in the chat, and I will. You're essentially rolling off a secret table that I have for the players to hit a random encounter, or hazard, or an environmental effect. I guess it's essentially the same thing, but you can have essentially a huge chance to fuck the world up and the narrative. So if you want to try to do that, you can do that with a donation of 1,000 bits. So if I set everything up correctly, which I highly doubt I did, there should be a tip jar down there somewhere. Yes. So with that said, let's move on to the recap I don't have because we're kicked my ass today. So yeah, let's. I'm gonna try and just work off memory here. And that is last week.
Oh,
Already
he was
flailing.
blacked out.
Last week we had some interesting discoveries made between the talk with Daryl, where you guys ended up camping out at, and during your watch you caught sight of the very disappointing lights at Stonehenge. I mean Rusthenge.
Don't
Not
say that, because then I'll continue to call it Stonehenge.
not as exciting or as mystical or you know, not as cool as some of your characters or even you as players thought was. It seemed like it was just a boring old campfire, as far as you could tell, at least. Given the distance and the fog and the weather amid the coast, it just looked like a simple ass campfire there on Thunderhead Isle. Some discoveries were made. Some keys weren't stolen. There was some gaslighting. And you guys made your way to the Swordfish to investigate and ask the crew what the fuck they were doing there. To find that they were extremely rude. And for reasons you found out later as to why. You learned that they had been kind of stranded there. Their captain had left with the merchant noble named Lord Matramar to some unknown black hole somewhere in Stoneholm. It's been a while, probably approaching a week since they've seen any sight or hair of Lord Matramar or the captain, and it's been very worrisome. The last order they got was to stay on the boat and not to interact with the idiots of Iron Harbor. And realizing that you all weren't citizens of Iron Harbor and or idiots, maybe, the first mate, Janice, asked of you, requested that you investigate investigate their missing captain. To which you guys agreed to. Feel free to fill in, jump in with any details I am missing, because I am undoubtedly.
Demons.
Yes!
Yes.
Tell us
There
about the
were
demons.
Notes.
Yeah, demon. We received the captain's log and talking to first mate Janice. And Dylan, you probably took more extensive notes than I did. But yeah, we received this captain's log. It had a plethora of information in it, including a sin spawn, which I thought was the six-legged wolf, but apparently it is not. It is a different demon of some sort related to a sin that we don't know, but sin magic is very old and very powerful and very interesting. There are other things about a summoning ritual, and the finer entry in the captain's log did not seem to be written by the captain. And there was some interest in, sounds like, sacrificing everybody at Stoneholm.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Typical Tuesday activities.
Yeah, they referred to Ragnolf as like bumbling or some other rude and not derogatory. I don't know what word I'm looking for, but just talking down to him as if he's just a pawn. So condescending, exactly that. First mate Janice also had a key that she stole off of one of the town perimeter guards. We're not really sure what that key goes to, but we're kind of assuming it's either the front gate or something completely banal and pointless. So it's either the master key or not a key. Or who knows? I don't know. I'm assuming. So that's my contribution. Again, Bertrand didn't know any of that stuff. He didn't learn anything about demons or any of that thing. So he's got that key. He's interested in where that key goes.
I
Oh yeah, Nick, what's up?
I do remember last session, Faradir used his focus spell to use the Thessalonian lore to learn about the demon worship, actually, not just demons in general, but demon worship, which sounds a hair worse than just demons, in my opinion. I don't have a lot of notes from last session, so
Yeah.
but that's
That
what
was
I did
something. That was something that Faradir and Fen had connected on, kind of in private off to the side until we all got off the boat, and we I remember us agreeing to go and figure out what's going on at Ironhome. And
Stonehome.
that one. Ironhenge. Stone Rust.
In Iron Harbor.
Iron Harbor.
Iron Harbor. The iron place and stone and.
Mix and match.
Get your minerals right.
I need more minerals in my diet first. Yeah, stuff like that. There was something else. I feel like I was gonna.
Yeah, I think my most detailed note from last session is that the swordfish is a 75-foot long vessel with 3 sails. It's quite formidable. It has deep green sails with swordfish motif.
I
Why
really
did
thought
I
you were
write
about to
so
bring
much
up.
about that? Oh,
I thought for sure you were about to bring up the swordfish fact from last week,
oh no.
where they
That's just in my
don't
brain. I
stab
didn't write it
things;
down.
they just slap them, which
Yeah.
I still think is amazing.
What? I don't remember that.
I remember
Yeah, it was before we went live.
There's
Okay.
few things in this world I remember. That was one of them.
We were dropping marine facts.
Yeah.
Aw,
oh
nice.
yeah. What was the other one?
The
What was
sharks.
Yours, Jacob?
Oh, the Dithalia and sharks and the sailfish are sort of the fastest thing in the ocean.
Two
Dithalia
dicks?
means you have 2 penises. You're
Two
welcome, Jack.
dicks.
Yes. That's when I claim to have that as well in the middle of stream because that's what I do.
2 dicks.
Like Alan.
Two
there's
dick.
The actor Alan Tudyk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alan
Oh,
Tudyk.
what a name.
He's a fantastic actor. who's
I
in the
love that
role.
man.
Mhm.
Yes.
He is such a treasure.
Like a leaf on
I
the
don't know who
wind.
that is,
Pirate
to
Steve.
be
You
honest.
don't know who that is?
He's Pirate
No.
Steve.
Who is
Um,
Pirate Steve?
we will have to educate. I know
Am I
we
being
left off with
gaslit
goats.
right now?
Cool. So actually, I want to get back on track a little bit and talk about how some of your characters might actually have come across this about Zinadasril. I only read a little bit about it. I haven't kept up on the lore entirely with Galarian, but Zinadasril has literally been in a bubble of time, and they've only popped up in the last couple of years. And it's been what 100,000 years, or I can never remember the exact timeline, but it's been some stupid amount of time since any of the Thessalonians or Aslanti have been on planet. So this might be some lore that some of the more well-traveled folk have, and that is the folks that are alive now and hail from Zinadasril are essentially the grandchildren of the ancient Thessalonians from hundreds of thousands of years ago. So if you can imagine them just being popped out of time and then back in all of a sudden. Yeah, it's a bunch of weird old timey-wimey stuff. But, yeah. Let's, anything else to add to this crappy recap?
Then, after we talked to all of them, we went up on the hill and we saw 3 severed heads that were cut off like as close to the shoulders as possible, so the neck is really there as well. Their skin is really gray.
This is true.
It's the
Yes,
last
going
thing I remember.
going off of the tip from Daryl and Jim Pipe, that learning that he loved to follow the goats up on the hill behind Stonehome to
Right.
not
So
only
strong.
watch the Rams fight, but to also watch the Gormites duel and practice on top of on their roof as well. Daryl also I forgot to mention this during the game, but Daryl mentioned that he not only his interest of the architecture, but there is a cliff that hangs about 20 feet over the top of the roof, and thinks you guys could use that as some sort of ingress into Stonehome. And Sif, you did promise to make drawings of the inside of the building also, to kind of scratch his architectural itch and curiosity of what the insides of Stonehome look like. Yeah, let's just start there unless we have anything else to add. No?
I don't
Okay.
think I have anything about the story to add. I just have something about one of the words that was mentioned earlier.
Okay, I'm curious what that word is.
Moist.
Moist.
No, not that one. One of the words that you had said earlier, Dylan. Banal. For the
That's a good
longest time, this is one of those words where, like, you see it, you read it, you know what it means, but you've never heard it actually said. Up until very recent years, I looked at that word and read banal.
That's fair.
Yeah,
And
same.
totally
Just
thought
be
that was
anal.
it.
Be anal.
Be anal, exactly. That's what it felt like, and I was just like, "This is a word made by the gays. There's no other solution. There's where it came from." And then I heard someone say it the proper way, and I was like, "Is that a magic card?"
Yeah.
Or
That quick non sequitur, or I guess it is sequitur, but into when people on Reddit put "I am not a lawyer," it's "I anal." I am not a lawyer, and it took me way too long to realize what that was. It's like, why are all these people like just saying I anal?
I'll
and
do
then
it,
just
bro.
go on to, like, this weird conversation.
Bro,
Anyway,
sis,
same
I
thing.
anal.
It's like, what are they
the
talking
subreddit
about?
of the subreddit.
Yeah.
I've never come across that on Reddit. That's fucking hilarious, though.
Reddit is such a weird place. It's like,
Fun
you should
facts.
follow all this like legal stuff all of a sudden. It's like, I have no interest, but sure, I'll read about your housing issue with your landlord.
I anal.
My
It's fine,
final
anal,
fun
but you
fact
should
is-
sue him.
My last final fun fact is I have never fully been on Reddit's website.
Oh, good for you. Don't do it.
How?
Let's
That's
stay off of it.
what? Listen.
I see posts, but I never go any further than the post I am looking for. And I don't even have an account. I have nothing.
Good for you. Stay off.
It's wonderful.
Cesspool.
Yeah, depends on
It's
the
a wonderful
subreddit.
cesspool. Yeah.
All right. Oh, okay. Let's. I'll set the scene then. Yeah. So, well, before I do that, are you guys ready to live by the die and die by the die?
Let's do it.
I was very shocked that I had in my room. It was lying
Live
around.
by the die was more of a question.
Yeah. Goodness gracious. I want that as a ringtone. All of us just like live by the die. Maybe I can put in a time warp. Oh god.
Oh
Alright,
shit.
hit me
Okay.
with that
Definitely
recap, bro.
on slow-mo.
All right, we already did the recap.
Oh, yeah, hit me
I'll
with
set
the
this.
scene.
Okay. You guys are. Let me switch the actual scene here. Also.
It's the energy
Oh
tonight.
God, it's
It's a
Monday.
goofy Monday.
Yeah,
Goofy Monday.
I'm here for it. Let's go.
Oh shit. Okay. So you guys, look at that screen there on Foundry VTT. It's all set up nice.
Let's throw one
God.
Rames.
Strong like red on trip Bob. Let's go to Iron Harbor. Here we are. Look at us.
The harbor.
Here in Iron Harbor.
The herb.
You guys left. Oh, wrong screen.
Uh-oh.
Try that again. You guys left the swordfish, made your way up on these hills over here. I'll see you right there. Whoopity 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 whoop. And yeah, you were kind of settled in. It took you guys a couple hours to get up there. I'd say it's probably it's approaching noon, or maybe a little bit after at this point. As you get there, you can clearly see the roof of Stonehome and the surrounding yard. No activity whatsoever. Nobody inside or outside. However, you see something. You saw those 3 severed heads on spikes on the top of the roof. They were on the northern part of the roof, so given the large stone and spiked wall and gate at the south of Stonehome, you don't think it'd be possible to see at all, unless you were actually on the roof. So it's very curious placement of the severed heads if they were to warn anybody of, dangers that may lie within. You guys are too far away to get any details of the heads that are on there, but they are like graying. They look mushy. You can't tell which way they're facing. And that's about it. So, there are several flocks of goats and rams. I don't know what the fuck you call a grouping of those creatures, but they're there and around, and
Slam.
they
Heard.
they avoid you as you approach and scamper, run
How
away
strong they are looking.
at
Why them goats be skittering?
at 45 almost 90-degree angles on the cliff sides. But you do see the area that kind of hovers over the roof that you would be able to climb onto. The map doesn't really show the cliff, but if you can imagine there being like a U-shaped kind of,
Yeah, it's like kind of built in
Hanging.
as like a protective
yeah,
thing over the edge of it. Got
right,
it.
because Stonehome was kind of set into this this cliffside here.
Yeah.
They made home in the stone.
That's right. Wannabe dwarves.
Yeah.
Not to be confused with the iron.
How far from the edge of the cliff to the roof does it estimate?
Looks like a 20-foot drop.
That's not too bad.
And you guys
So we
are,
could rope down it.
it looks like you guys can get there relatively easily. Couple athletics checks, maybe.
Are we ready to infiltrate this place? Seems like it might be quite easy. I felt like we'd come up here and have to search around a little bit more. It doesn't seem like we could just do it right now if we needed to.
Suppose we could, but whenever something seems a little too good to be true or a little too easy, I find it best to take precaution.
That's quite right.
Are we really talking? So there are 3 heads on spikes.
Oh man, the realism again. It's so good because I just overthink that stuff. You're right. But there's nobody alive around there. But it's also quite intimidating. What are you thinking? Elaborate on these heads.
I don't know, but I agree that the cliff, if we can go in quietly, then that's the best option. But between the demons that we've just learned about and these deaths, and if there's no one here, then I hope it's not a massacre. But
Yeah, theoretically, there's somebody who had to put these heads up.
yeah,
I would much like to not become one of those. I thought it was a clever paper mache project, and it is not.
I wish I had that book.
That what?
It was a clever paper mache project.
Oh.
I agree with Cliffs. I don't see any other way. I think we have to go in.
The only other thing I could think would be to investigate the isle first. But again, we know Ordway's in there. We know the captain's in there. Captain Parios. We do know his name.
And we know that there's that 6-legged wolf that was left in the island. Was it not, based off the...
Yeah, that's
Based
the
off
other
the log.
thing. That was in the island. That's it out at the isle. Thunderhead Isle.
Yeah.
Alright, dear, what are the laws on breaking and entering?
Well, it seems here there are no dang laws.
What's wrong? Also, let us use the convenient blue line that has appeared on our screen.
Yes.
Dang.
So, Faraday doesn't like the cuss.
No.
That's great. So I drew a blue line over the top of Stonehome to kind of give you guys an idea of where the overhanging cliff
That's so funny.
kind of keeps over Stonehome.
He is from a different generation. He uses less aggressive words.
I've seen the funniest GIF or meme ever. It said that it was like old people to tell you to take your elbows off the table because it's rude, but then they use the N word.
Oh, that's so funny.
Damn it.
That's really good.
That's so fucking funny. I used to get fucking smacked for putting my elbows on the table. Oh god, I'm so glad that doesn't happen anymore.
Oh yeah.
Not yet. Wait for it.
I think looking at the cliff, I'll turn back to Bertrand's. Do you see an optimal way to climb it? What Daryl was talking about, of a path that we can use to descend to the roof?
Honestly, I think the best bet would be to find a good anchor and secure a rope. We'll have to shimmy down. Somebody might have to carry Faraday here. But yeah, could we roll a perception and make sure that is the best way? Or is it's very obvious that we'll have to kind of do that?
You'll have to find a way to get past that 20-foot gap. But you do see that there is a wooden ladder that goes down to, you assume, the second floor. Below.
Oh, that's already on the roof.
It's on the rooftop going down to a second floor. So you can tell that this is a 3-story building.
Oh, okay.
Just got to get to the roof.
Understood. I think the best bet would be to just tie off a rope, go down as quick as possible, find a good hiding spot on the roof, and wait for all of us to make it down.
Lower me down and then come on behind me.
That might actually be best. That way you don't have to climb.
You see Faraday pulls his arm up and it's just this tiny little string bean, you know?
It does the Looney Tunes thing where it falls below.
Yeah.
I was just looking at a Fenn's spell list for a minute to see if anything would be helpful. I was like, I could push us off the cliff with a gust of wind and see how that goes.
Do it.
I think I have Catfall. If
One
not,
of
it's
us
a
will survive. Good to know.
It's a second level thing for me that I have planned, if not. But
Not second level yet.
no.
Surprising.
Oh, I do have Catfall. Cool.
All right. Pushes them
So
down.
I jump off. No, I don't do that.
Uses gust of wind. Pushes
Well,
him.
See you, boys. Jumps off. No, he'll. Yeah, I think we would all kind of sneak over. Again, nobody's out, right?
No, you don't see any activity whatsoever.
Should still kind of not be shouting and making a ruckus.
Faraday would gather everyone together. So, we're sneaking into the place, and there's heads on spikes out front. What happens if we get caught?
Bertrand will rattle his saber. I think we will prepare at night.
I think we fight like hell.
I think we take
Thanks.
one thing at a time.
I think we just.
Also that.
Yeah, we could always act like we're lost.
Oh, yes. I'll just say I'm looking for the bathroom.
Exactly.
I don't know how I
Millennium.
ended up on this roof.
We were just on the cliff, and then a gust of wind blew us down.
I couldn't
That
find the
voice was-
bathroom.
Gosra be damned. Don't know how I ended up here. That storm was crazy.
I was looking for the bathroom. I got lost, and I figured the next best thing was to pee off the roof.
All right, are we going down?
Yep.
All right, we'll rope up, tie a rope around Faraday.
Yeah,
And
Faraday
I think
has,
all three of us could let him down.
a +1 athletics, so
Did you put a skill point in it?
it is untrained. I just
Do you have a strength
no.
or a
Where's
dex?
that from?
It's a dex, probably from your dex.
Athletics.
Oh, no.
Oh, I have a current thing active. That's yeah.
Oh.
Oh, your
It's a
ancestry.
0. It's a 0.
Was it blessed by or guidance by chance?
No, it's my Imperial blood magic.
Oh. Because I was gonna say, if you don't have it on you right now, I think Fen is going to say a prayer and give you guidance.
If
All
we're
right.
letting him down, does he need to roll, or does he just need to like hang on?
I think somebody should do like a check on to tie a good knot around him. You know.
Yeah, there definitely needs to be some rolls around
Yeah,
that. So you guys are able to scale and climb and hike over to where you need to drop down from. You've probably got maybe, you know, anywhere between 5 to 10 feet of space to kind of maneuver around to get comfortable enough to prepare yourselves for the drop down. This 20 feet. Who's tying the rope to Fairdeer? Speaking of, let's introduce ourselves and your characters.
Oh, yeah,
45
that whole
minutes
thing.
into this.
45 minutes in? Yeah.
Welcome everybody to the stream.
Classic Robert. Fairdeer, who's playing you?
I am Nick, also known as Big Red. Some just call me Red, and I am playing Faradir, the human. That's all you get for now.
And
He's human something.
who's tying the rope to Fairdeer?
I think they're Fen or Bertrand.
What kind of a check would it need to be, just out of curiosity?
Just a flat check.
Oh, okay. I was thinking survival this whole time.
I
Yeah,
was
it's
gonna say, if
actually
it's
survival.
crafting,
Survival or
If-
crafting? I'll take either of those things.
I can do that.
Yeah, I was going to argue for sailing lore or thievery, but
I did
Sailing
tie-
makes sense.
Yes, it does actually.
It does.
That'll work too.
I have +7 crafting.
go for it. I only have a +3 sailing lore.
Besides, I did tie the knot to Faradir before when we attempted to cross the bridge.
That's
true.
right. You are the
Knot
rope,
master Sif.
the rope
The knot
man,
master. Yes,
the rope knoll.
Man.
has some
Naughty
interesting connotations. Anyways,
Hoist.
Naughty.
Sorry.
I am Jacob playing Simon Sif, fourth son, just colloquially known as Sif, the Gnaw. But I will attempt a crafting check while others introduce themselves. How do we do this? Dice, right. I failed at this last game.
While he figures that out, I am Dylan. I am playing Bertrand the human also. That's it.
Good. Well, in that case, my name is Cody, and I am playing Fen, who sees yet another human, thing, man, person. And I am also known as Bard Tales here on Twitch. That's all you get from me right now.
It's all getting off on being withholding.
Right, honestly.
All right, you know who else is getting off? Is
A lot of people on certain websites.
every
Very-
day. People are getting off every
nervous.
day. But who's getting off this rope
They
is
are.
Fairdeer.
Every
As
day,
you guys
5 o'clock.
as you guys lower him down onto this rooftop. He lands on his feet, about 20 feet down, and feels solid. Feels like a solid roof.
You see him grab the rope, tug 3 times, but they can't feel it.
The rope is loosened. Fall asleep
no.
right next to your feet. No, I'm just kidding.
God. We've got like 3 ropes all out.
The gust of wind idea comes back.
Did
The
you
telekinetic hand, the rope back. I win.
did Sif tie it off to
Nice.
anything? I imagine he did, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay.
I mean, I think with Bertrand kind of guiding, we would have found some some sort of like a outcropping or something we could have tied to, and drop down. And honestly, we'll probably just leave the rope because I'll use my rope because I have a rope, and I think I have a rope. I don't think I'm just talking.
I think I have 2 ropes, so
We'll use Bertrand's rope.
yeah,
Yeah.
perfect. I mean, it's you get 50 feet. I'm always like, that's never enough. Actually, I only have 1 on my sheet, so
I have a
I'll
backup
be
rope.
honest. I only have 1, but anyway, use mine. We'll figure it out. I'm gonna
Okay. That's okay.
remove it from my sheet.
I have one as well. Yeah. So we've tied it, and I guess now we'll progress down.
Okay. Who's next? Oh, you said you'll progress down. Sif, is that right?
I said well, but yeah,
Oh,
I'll
I think
I'll
we're all
check.
kind of.
I'll check.
okay.
Is this athletics now?
No athletics rolls needed. Feels pretty solid, and you're able to just take the time to clamber on down after.
Oh, excellent. Cool.
I think Fen will head down next.
I was
seeing
just
that
gonna
it
say.
looks secure.
Quite light on
Assuming-
my feet. If I fall, I'd like to be last.
Fair enough. We can attempt to just catch you.
I trust you, mates.
Just plummets through the roof.
I found the door. Follow
5
me
feet
in.
over to the left. That's all you needed to be.
Is
Okay.
the ladder down? Is that the only? Do we see any other like entries or portals?
No,
like
it's,
windows to make it through.
It's a pretty flat roof. So I'll give you the description as you guys are kind of watching each other climb down and helping each other off of the rope. So the stone roof is constructed from masonry with a layer of dried clay for weatherproofing. Grooves run along nearly flat to channel water off the sides. There's a 60-foot archery range that runs west to east with 2 targets comfortably spread on the 30-foot wide range, and at the northern part of the edge of the roof are the 3 spiked heads. And just to the west of where the spiked heads are is a ladder that goes down to the next floor.
Speaking of the heads, curiosity. What species are these heads?
You'll have to get down there and take a look.
Oh, they're down from where I'm at.
Oh, did you? Oh, you climbed down after Sif. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Are you gonna step away from the rope and approach the heads? They're probably about
Dangerous question that
probably
you're
about
asking me right now.
20 or 30 feet away from where you are.
Curiosity? Curiosity. There we go.
I'll follow him.
Curiosity.
Yeah,
Curiosity killed the
Yeah.
pen. To keep the alliteration going. Fen is a curious man. He's gonna go over and take a look at these heads.
Sure. As
see-
soon as you step forward and toward the heads, you see them twitch and kind of writhe a little bit as if their skin is being moved around by
Fen
something
says never
underneath.
mind.
And then they come alive and lurch off of the spikes towards you.
Oh, God,
My DM senses were tingling, and I just went for it.
That's what the heads look like.
That is
And-
some pretty cool art.
And
That's
before we get into combat, we're going to take a quick break.
Oh,
Oh dang! I guess we are
Okay.
an hour in already.
We'll be back in
Damn.
just a couple of minutes to start this combat. We'll have everybody roll initiative then. So hang tight, everybody.
I'm already on the rope, right?
BRB screen.
Hope I'm on the rope.
Oh yeah, BRB screen.
Right.
Earl.
Yeah.
I was saying
Thanks
that
to
could
the
be a
new
lot of
follower,
things.
suddenly moist.
Suddenly moist.
That could be either a really good Twitch name, drag name. There's lots of options.
That's so good.
All of the above.
PC.
Chris, I'll make that an encounter for you, just for you, bud. I'll
That's-
throw that on the
that's
table
fine.
just for you.
Yeah.
Random encounter made with Jim Pipe and the Goats. I'm already thinking of a one-shot idea for him. and his goats.
Jim Pipe and the Goats is my new band name.
Jim Pipe and the goats,
That's
so
a
good.
bad name, yeah.
And they all pay. It's all pipes.
Suddenly Moist is also a great band name, realistically.
Just some folk music.
Oh man. All right.
What the fuck are we doing again? All right,
The heads are alive.
let's roll some
We're
initiative.
about to fight something.
In that one shot, we all have to play Bard archetypes, though.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes,
I'm in.
absolutely.
Oh, that
That's
sounds
great
hella
word.
fun.
I mean, there's that one Starfinder one shot that you're playing a band on the run.
Never heard
I
of
heard
it.
it's actually a lot of fun.
Oh, I know there's a few where you're like going to a concert. I wanted to run that. It's for Starfinder Society.
Mm.
Oh.
Like go
okay.
to a show and have to like investigate the show, but
Oh, alright.
whole nother thing. Band on the Run sounds fun.
Yeah, I like that idea too.
Could I argue that Bertrand was starting to be on the rope?
Yeah,
once?
so you'll be in on the combat next round.
Oh, okay.
Or actually, you know what? Just I'll leave it up to the roll. I'd like for you to roll athletics for that then, just because it's the combat.
For my initiative.
Yes. All right, so let's get you guys into this combat.
I would assume
State.
my initiative
the
would just be
music
perception.
Roll some motherfucking initiative.
All right, 1 sec. Sorry, I have to turn this music down.
Go ahead.
I had to also.
There we go. Couldn't hear anybody talking.
Funnily enough, I actually had to turn mine up a little bit because I had it too quiet to where I couldn't even hear it.
Somebody.
And I wondered at
Hopefully-
one point, I was like, is the music on?
I don't see you guys initiative rolls.
I wasn't able to do an initiative roll, so I just rolled perception.
Oh, I think I
standard.
clicked the wrong button.
Yeah,
There's a-
probably.
active
That's probably
encounter.
what happened.
Oh, I can roll it now.
Yeah, just go ahead and re-roll and take the higher.
I have no idea what. It's all blind.
Since I did
Oh, no,
mine as an
com-
athletics check.
Any combat rolls don't have to be blind unless they recall knowledge or otherwise. So yeah, just roll and take what's there now.
Oh,
I was really happy to see the one head got an 8, and then I saw the other one got a 23.
I've already rolled initiative, so
Okay, perfect.
shit out of
Same.
luck.
Now I gotta fix Bertrand's, I think.
Yeah, I got a 15 athletics.
Dang, I did good initiative.
Yeah, you did.
We got 12, 13, 14.
Oh my gosh, we really did.
All right, let's start this combat off. As you guys are
13, 14,
descending
15,
down onto the roof of Stonehome, Fen approaches the severed heads, and they come alive. They
Great.
come alive and slurp off of the
Heal.
spikes, and lurch towards Fen. This one here.
Mm.
I can't look at them without thinking about what Jacob said about the face.
Don't you slurp near me.
It slurps right up to you.
Not the slurp.
It flies even.
It's just a
Oh.
head.
It's
Great.
just ahead, and it just flies and floats there. It looks crazy, and
Yeah, it
it
sure
looks
does.
crazy. It flies right up to you and attempts to take a little bite out of you.
What a fucking twist.
I'm not feeling it. Ooh,
You're gonna feel that with
don't like
that is hit. You can take some damage here.
Great.
You're gonna take 5 points of damage.
Okay.
Oh nope, not it. I forgot that I had to fix that.
It broke a tooth.
Finn, you're gonna take 5 points of damage, and please go ahead and roll this fortitude save.
There it is. It's like I know there's more coming.
Yeah.
Okay, fortitude. Alright, come on, Fen, you're an expert in this. Do well. I rolled it blind.
Uh-oh. Combat rolls we can make public.
Yes, they can be public. So you rolled a
Okay.
24, so you definitely
okay.
save against
Excellent.
Proud of
whatever
you.
effects
Proud of you, man.
are
Proud of
here.
me too.
Should be proud. Should be.
For once, Fen is not dying in the first round of combat. It's a miracle, everybody.
There's still more enemies to go.
Listen, that's why I said.
All right. So one action, it lurched, it slurped off with a spike and bit you for its second action. Its third action, it is going to attempt to bite again. Third action, second attack with the map. That is
It's got a little bite animation.
that is
I do
a
like the bite
miss. That is a miss. That's its third action, so we'll go to Faradir.
Faradir. Not okay with this. Very scary.
Yeah, the other two heads are kind of like wriggling and trying to wrench themselves away from the spikes that they're stuck on. One of them looks particularly interesting, as if it is wearing a captain's hat,
Love that.
Oh no.
a captain of a ship's hat, very similar to
Wow.
First Mate
Sad.
Janice's.
Convenient.
Faradir is going to step off to the side. I'm gonna go over here a little bit, closer to these bow and arrows, in case anybody needed bow or arrows. It appears there's plenty over here. He then is going to cast a spell at this thing. Needle darts.
All right.
Okay.
I don't know why that was so funny.
Yeah, just the delivery was like,
It was
hey,
really good.
by the way.
It's so deadpan and great.
Yeah.
20 is a hit.
Better be.
Yeah, I quit. If
At
not,
level 1.
Oh, I forgot to
8
level you guys up.
damage
I'm just kidding.
to the head.
fuck. You had me. I was like, bro.
All right.
All right,
Okay,
so describe your kill.
Oh. I'd say you see Faradir, he actually has these metal marbles he carries around. He raises his hand and puts his hand out, and they turn into metal needles and fly through the thing's eyeballs out inside the back of its head. And then they roll back over to his hand, and they're steel marbles again.
Ooh, I like that flavor.
That's cool.
I like that flavor a lot.
Flechette rounds.
Ben has had an experience just now. He's been bitten by a flying head that he's curious about, and then he just sees it get obliterated by a shrapnel of needles.
Yeah.
And he just kind of looks back over his shoulder at Faradir. And it's just like, and I thought I was protecting you, but it looks like this is quite the opposite.
Faradir, before he ends his turn, he's like, whoa. Like, you can see he's a little shocked that he was able to do that. But then he flavor-free action throws up. Because I don't think he's ever seen anything like that before.
Yeah, Fen is
Watching
currently
their
covered in
faces just-
viscera.
He's like, oh, you know? And that's his turn.
Yeah, just splatters everywhere behind it. Meanwhile, the other heads are still trying to wrench themselves free. Oops, I
Good.
killed Bertrand. I did not mean to do that.
Was it? I fell from the rope. Catfall. Doesn't count.
All right, that's the end of Faradir's turn. We'll go to head number 2.
I saved you from getting some head.
The one. How dare you?
Not the cock block.
Well, I guess it depends on the kind of head.
Dead cock block.
I've been watching Baby Reindeer, and that's a very interesting
Oh,
show on Netflix. That is
I've not seen it yet.
frightening.
I've heard
Interesting.
not to watch it.
It's great. You should watch it. Be not afraid. 'Tis just a
That's
tale.
I don't have enough time.
I don't have enough time.
Agreed.
All right, so the head with the hat that looks very similar, if not a little bit more flamboyant than First Mate Janice's, flies over to Fen as its first action. Second action is going to attempt to bite. And misses. Oh, reaction shield block.
Oh, sorry. I meant to look into that one. Not
Oh, okay.
actually,
No, okay,
because I
gotcha.
don't have my shield raised right now.
I see. All right, so third action, second attack. That is another miss. You're just a wily one, aren't you, Fen?
Ben is dodging, and he's just like, I am not going to be bit. Not again. Not in this way. That is for my escort services, and you have not paid.
Sure.
Because normally I'm the one that's doing the biting.
Ooh. All right, so Bertrand, you are probably
Ew.
about halfway down. I'll give you an action just to get to the ground. You can kind of see this transpiring like underneath you, like Yeah, you're well underneath the cliff. You can see everything happening underneath and on top of the roof of Stonehome here.
Cool. I think knowing he has catfall with that 10-foot last 10 feet, you can treat a fall as 10 feet fewer. So he would just kind of, I think, let go and just fall that last little bit to try and get down faster, even if it's the same action economy. I think he would kind of do that, and just as a daring person, I guess. I don't know. It's
Burns
just
his hands
showy.
as he slides down the rope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Dude.
so that, I guess, would be one action then, which I'm fine with that being an action. And then I think he's going to stride up and around, just to be like, what's going on over there? It's like, oh shit, these fucking heads are alive.
He's fucking heads.
And he'd. With the action economy, I can't really do much, so. Yeah, I think he would draw his rapier and move up and kind of just be ready and present another target so that Fen doesn't have to take another hit, hopefully.
So drop, move.
And then draw the rapier as the third action.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's kind of, come at me, don't look at that guy.
Don't look at that guy.
Yes, look at him, and look at him,
Yeah,
not me.
because I would have to load the hand crossbow. I can't really do much beyond that, so I'm cool with that. Just try to distract.
So, with that, we'll go to Sif, and then Fen on deck.
How far is... What is that, 20 feet? So I think I'm going to kind of run around Fen. This is all one action, but just to kind of show the movement here. Gonna run around. I'm gonna flank the head.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna draw out my axe, and my third action is going to try to hit in the head.
It's gonna hit the head.
Hit him in the head.
In the head. Cool. So it is. I don't get to use my thing this turn, so we'll just see what happens. Please use a target.
Oh man.
That's all right.
A 9 is gonna miss, I think.
It definitely, with its AC, yes,
Should be
it is
minus
still
2,
a
right?
miss, even with it being flanked and off guard. Still a miss.
That's my turn.
All right. So just a reminder, you can hover your mouse over your intended target and tap T.
Tapatio?
Tap a T. Oh. Tap a T. Oh. And Fen, you're up with the severed head after.
Alright. So let's see here. Okay. It might be a dumb question, but it feels like it's been 9 years since I played Pathfinder for some reason. Casting a spell right by this creature. Would it have any drawback?
Are you asking if it has an attack of opportunity?
No, not necessarily.
Okay.
Just like even like disadvantage or like minus some penalty. Okay, I didn't think so.
Nothing
but like
like
I was
that.
having a moment.
Yeah, no penalties to casting spells next to hostile creatures, though there is always the chance of them having attack of opportunity.
Reaction.
Which,
Yes,
based
reaction.
on what happened with Sif, I'm gonna say they don't. Thankfully. But, alright, so Fen is going to cast a spell here.
They're fighter heads.
Fighter heads. And it's a different spell than what you've seen before from him. This time, it looks as if the energy of life itself, this green swirling torrent, kind of surrounds his hands for a minute.
Ooh.
And forms like a whip that looks like it's made out of the air itself. and Fen is going to cast Vitality Lash on this creature.
Whoa.
What the hell?
Oh dang!
New spell, thanks to the remaster.
I would say that shit sounds third party.
So this thing needs to make a Fortitude save, please.
I don't wanna, but I will.
Man,
Fatality Lash?
Vitality.
Oh, vital.
Yeah, Vitality.
It succeeded.
Lame. Well, it's still gonna take half damage.
Alright.
So that is gonna
Can't be
be
lame. It doesn't have a leg.
that is gonna be 2d6 half. I was like, I don't have a response to that, unfortunately.
That's pretty good.
That's
You
that amount
still
of damage, 6
deal
points.
a significant amount of damage to
free.
it. The energies from your vitality lash, the positive energies, the healing energies summoned forth by Gazra, subsume the creature, and its head kind of shrinks and it grows, and it kind of almost looks like it's boiling for a moment, and then it dissipates, as does the spell, and it looks wobbly for whatever that could mean for a floating head with
Fair
a captain's hat on.
And then Fen, for his last action, step only 2,
What you
is
laughing at,
going
Dylan?
to draw his shield.
It's like, hey, like, whatever that could mean for a floating head. It's like,
What does that mean?
I just envision, like, these heads
You
just
see
like
that?
bubbly heads.
The neck is wiggling a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it sounds his
What
neck,
the
right?
damn?
So
Greta still has a neck. Worse that it has a neck.
it's,
You reverse giraffe looking motherfucker.
that's great.
Uh,
All right. Whose turn is it? Oh, you're done. All right. It's
Last
the,
head.
the next head's turn. This head, seeing it's got an opposed an enemy, the closest enemy to it. It rips itself away from the spike and attempts to bite Sif.
Doesn't have to try that hard. I got a pretty low AC. Oh, that looks like it hit.
That is a hit.
Sounded squishy.
No, especially, I don't like that.
Some dice rolling. So Sif, you're going to take 2 points of damage. And please roll a fortitude save.
Ew.
It chomps down harder.
dang.
Oh no. That is.
Against this guy, I'm going to use my hero point to try to surge through my body and resist whatever is being inflicted upon me.
Sure.
I don't know how I do that here.
So just you can double click on your token to open up your sheet, to left click on one of the pips of the hero points or obols underneath your name there. Or sorry, right click to remove it.
Okay. I was like, it gave me more. Okay.
And go ahead and re-roll that.
Okay. See if it was in vain. Son of a bitch.
Damn
it
it.
sure was. Would you like to use another obol?
No. I'm just gonna suffer.
And suffer you shall.
We hardly knew ye.
Yeah, I just go crazy and run off the roof.
He becomes Jim Pipe 2, the Null edition.
For 2 seconds before I die.
All right,
becomes
so
a ram.
as the creature
Strong like
flies up to bite you, it kind of takes you by surprise. I imagine your back is turned as you're trying to catch this other severed head in a flanking maneuver. This one rushes up to you and catches you just above your left shoulder and chomps down. You shake it off as it lets go and turn to look at it, and you see that its face is just it's got like these dark orange and brown colored bruises on its flesh that's matted with blue and just disgusting looking. And just to show you all and the Twitch folk again, that's what the head looks like.
Mm-hmm.
And you feel this twinge of pain For the next day, you're going to have -1 to all your athletics checks
Okay.
It sucks.
as you feel your muscles kind of like shiver and slightly, ever so slightly stiffen.
He's got hip dysplasia.
You say that because he's a knoll.
Haha.
All
He's
right.
got a
and-
bunch of like dog jokes up on his Google Doc right
Yeah.
now, ready to go.
Just for Sif. So for his third action, second attack,
Ah,
chomp. That is another hit.
Damn.
Becky.
I mean, if you would have moved one up, you could have flanked me.
They've got no brains. Sif
They
will
got
take an
no
additional
brains.
2 damage, and thankfully this particular thing does not stack. So
Ooh, okay, good.
that is the
Yeah.
end of the first round. Go to round 2. Top of round 2 with Faraday to start us off, and then the severed head between Sif and Fen.
Faradir pulls both hands into the air, and you see his black tattoo begin to glow. He says, "You will suffer me," and throws an electric arc at both of them.
I like it.
Nice.
And that's a reflex save and some damage.
All right, I'll have both of them roll. One was a critical success, and the other was a failure. Let's go ahead and roll your damage with them targeted.
Okay, so boom.
All right, so that one will take.
That's cool.
All right, so critical success, it'll take no. Well, it still takes half, even if it's crit success. Yeah.
For
Okay.
the
So,
podcast listeners, when we say that looks sweet, there's a visual effect happening on the screen. In
Yeah,
this
so-
instance, there happened to be a wave of electricity going over the two yucky-looking heads.
Tune into the Twitch Monday nights.
Watch the VOD, watch the YouTube, watch
That
all
too.
the things, so that way you're not confused.
Yes.
all right, so describe to us how that looks as your electric arc goes careening across the rooftop into both of these heads.
So the first electric arc goes through the first head, and it's like the same thing. It goes through the first head and explodes again right in front of Fed's face, and then it goes and gets the second one. So it's just
Yeah.
like twice. He's like, ah.
Ben is just covered in
Yeah.
disgusting blood
Bile.
and viscera, and he's trying so hard not to throw up.
Suddenly moist.
He is suddenly moist in the worst ways possible.
Oh,
I
that's great.
think Faradir's last action is just going to be he's going to take a stride forward 10 feet confidently. He's feeling strong, and that's his turn.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
For all his showboating as a old man, he is one effective motherfucker in combat so far.
True, very true.
All right, and after Faraday, it is Bertrand, then Sif.
All right, Bertrand is going to step up here to the last head. I don't know why I can't. All right, the tiles on the
Oh, they're 5-foot squares, so.
roof are deceptively different than I expected them to be. Again, come tune into the Twitch to see what I'm talking about. So he will be flanking this last head, and will take 2 attack actions with the rapier, trying to protect Sif after seeing it take a bite out of him. It's a 17 on the die. Didn't target. Sorry, that's a 24 to hit.
That's right. A 24 is a hit, not a crit.
Well, flanking. Does it?
Yeah, it
Oh,
would be 26.
that is a crit.
Cool.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Can I target it now for damage?
Yes. Go ahead and hit the critical button, and let's see that
Critical.
damage.
Ooh, and you got that deadly D8.
Yeah, that's gonna be that's a lot of point. That is 17 points of damage.
Shibuya. Describe your kill, sir, as combat comes to an end.
He
Damn.
walks up and it's like, Sif, I've got that one, and it's kind of biting at him, and he just slashes it right off. The face looks back at Bertrand and goes, ooh, and then just slides.
Why would it?
The
Ooh,
I don't know, because that's
I'm
what he said it looked
confused.
like. I don't really know what that means, clearly.
Ooh.
And then
That's
it
good. Don't
died.
look it up. Don't.
Yeah.
Don't.
Or the furries in the chat.
Oh, is it that? Oh god, okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna be looking it up. Anyway, so he kills it.
Look it up on Reddit, everybody, if you don't know what ooh is.
r/ooh.
Yeah. That's UWU.
And then with Bertrand's last action in
Ooh.
initiative rounds, he would step up to Sif and be like, "Oh mate, he got you right there, right on the neck." And he can't heal, but he's like, "Oh shit, mate."
Yeah. Fen is going to come up and think it'd be easiest just for him. It's like, I do not trust the undead as far as I can throw them, so allow me to invoke my god, my deity, to heal us both.
I'm not gonna stop you.
So Fen is going to cast heal for the
Fucking dart
in your
neck.
What do you mean?
You're crazy.
crazy girl.
Oh.
Oh,
Ooh,
yeah,
what's that?
Look at that range.
That is the 30-foot emanation for a 3-action heal.
Really?
So, for the podcast listeners, there is a red circle upon the map denoting where my healing is going.
Ooh.
For a measly 2 points of damage. That's how today's going to go. Or healing, not damage.
Yeah, I think after the bite, like all the hair on Sif's neck, even the mane is kind of stiffled, and you see it relax a little bit. And as it does, I kind of look down at this eviscerated head by that electric Hulk, and in the viscera and the muck, I kind of pick up the captain's hat, and I look at Bertrand and say, "It might be an upgrade, but
Ah,
is
Yeah.
this the man we're looking for?"
Must
Was
be.
at one point.
if you investigate and look at it kind of over, it definitely resembles, in a very similar style of that of First Mate Janice's, though a little bit
The hat.
larger and more flamboyant. Yeah.
You know, we might want to hang on to this. This might be proof of death.
Agreed.
I think
Do
that-
either of you have those cleaning tricks? I've heard some magic users can kind of tidy things
Oh.
up. That's beyond my realm.
I've heard of it.
Unfortunately, I do not.
Oh.
Oh dear,
can't.
do you know such a spell?
I just try to just
Yeah.
deflect the viscera off.
Yeah. It's like, oh, got this, bro. Got me in the eye.
Does anybody have a puddle we can play
Sorry.
around in?
Oh no, most of my spells would end up hurting you.
Oh man, I can't play a caster and not take prestidigitation.
Right.
I thought about it.
Personally, it has to be on there.
I see why
It's
now.
it's so much fun. The dumb shit you can do with it. But
I think Fen in this moment, like seeing that happen and realizing, like, this person, this captain, the one who went missing, I think it immediately makes him think, Ordwy is here. What if she is next for this treatment, this murder?
She wasn't one of the. I very quickly look around and
yeah,
just double check. She was not one of the heads.
No.
I think Faradir would try but get sick again. I feel like he would look and like I feel like he would try and get close and be like, "Ooh," and just see like the face, the grotesqueness. I feel like this would be the first time him seeing a lot of this violence and gore. So
Not sure we have time to waste, or we could very well already be dead inside.
Exactly, and we're out here on this roof, exposed. We should try to find our way inside, and we can continue this conversation if there's safety inside.
But as someone else pointed out earlier, there are bows and arrows over there. If anyone is in need of one.
Are
Yeah.
they really?
Yeah, there are. Yeah, the barrels are filled with looks like bows and arrows.
It's like short bows.
Composite longbows and several sets of arrows.
I will take that.
All right,
For
so
sure,
I
take
will reveal these for you to double click on and go ahead and loot.
Cool. Is there any? Do you guys know anything about these heads? What kind of magic might create something like this?
Vegemite.
Vegemite.
Yeah, it's so bad.
Who's got
That was great.
who's got the captain's hat?
Sif does.
Okay,
Um,
Sif, I'm gonna put some things onto your character sheet.
okay.
Sick.
I'll also go. I'll join. Oh, did you grab both of them, Dylan?
No, I am going to take one. I only need one.
Okay, I might. If the other two don't want in, only if you don't want it, Fen. I'll grab a composite.
No, please take it.
Okay.
I have all the magics.
All right. How do you just drag it over to your character?
Yes.
Yeah.
I got damaging cantrips all night long. So
I'm gonna take
Oh
all 50
my
arrows then
God.
too from this one bucket. So I took the top bucket.
Okay. Yeah, I took the bottom bucket.
Cool.
Sif, as you place the captain's hat on your person, you notice that the feather is kind of. It looks pristine, and you imagine you're feeling some kind of humming coming from it, like a slight, ever so slight vibration.
bummer.
I really thought you were about to say something to the effect of, you hear the feather whisper secrets into your brain.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, as we're getting ready to move, I'll kind of pull it out and look at it and examine it. Try to understand. I'm well versed in both crafting and arcana. Can I understand that this like magic?
Your first thought that it is magic, it would take you 10 minutes to try and determine the qualities of the type of magic that it is.
Okay, so I
Cool.
think as we begin to move, I look at it and say, do you hear the vibration as well? And I'll kind of walk up to the group and kind of like hold it up, so kind of like a seashell, for people to like listen to it.
Merchant's like, no, you fucking crazy. That blight must have done some crazy shit to you.
No, just I'll like shove it up to your ear.
I don't.
You the hum.
I'm not magically attuned, mate. If that's what you're implying.
I've had tinnitus for years.
One of the others might be able to hear it, but I've tried my hand at this. I've got no ear for it.
Well, when we have a moment's rest, I'd like to examine it. It could, if it's magic. I'm not a fan of using a dead man's item, but he doesn't need it anymore.
Bertrand is intrigued, though. Like, this
Yeah,
feather in my head's quite shit compared
No,
to this feather.
the feather that he's showing you guys it's amazing. It looks beautiful and expensive.
I do have.
Quite, it's very likely from an exotic bird of some kind. The shaft of it is dipped in gold, and it looks like across the very thin part of the pointed shaft of the gold-tipped feather. There's an arcane rune that's like beautifully written in calligraphy with care across, so you can kind of turn it around and see it from all sides. But it looks like it's a single rune.
Whoa.
You love a good golden shaft.
So like a recall knowledge we could do on that? You said that takes time, right?
It take probably about 10 minutes for you guys to determine the
What?
qualities.
So I mean, we're gonna assume that it's magical. So why don't we just?
Is it worth the time? Do you think? Do you think we have time to delay? This could be useful for us, but
I do think we should get off the roof.
Do you need any treatment, Civ? We need to take the time to patch you up. Or I guess.
Did you?
I feel a little stiff, but Finn healed most of it. It looks bad. But
Oh, you did take 2 bites. Okay.
here, is the feather attached to the hat, or is it?
It's shoved
like,
into
standalone?
like a what the fuck do you call it? Like a tie around
Band.
the band. Yeah, a band. Thank you. A band around that top of the hat.
Okay. If it's not like attached to it, I'm just
No,
gonna
you can
take
slide it out.
I'm gonna take the feather. I'm gonna open my journal, which is actually like this really nicely bound waterproof journal that I keep kind of tucked in my side, and just put it in between the pages to keep it safe. And then I'm gonna put the captain's, this bloody, disgusting captain's hats into my backpack, so I don't have to touch it.
Perfect.
Maybe we
Cool.
should get moving then.
Yes, I do not think we should stay here for very long. We can observe this along the way, I'm sure.
Faradir fell down the stairs.
I was gonna say, where the hell did he go?
So there are some dynamic tiles here. If you step into a specific tile, it will bring you to a different area.
Sick. Oh no, is darkness down here?
Gotta wait for your tokens to load in. That is the wrong floor. Hold on, everybody. I fucked up.
Quickly explore.
Yeah,
That
That is
That's very
the,
cool. If that is a thing, though.
That
That
is
is
the
very cool.
wrong, the wrong tiles that I programmed. Whoopsies. Let's go here
Ooh.
instead.
Let me look at the stream. It looks like a hallway.
Looks like dirt.
Definitely a hallway of some sort.
God damn it, Robert. Okay, let's try that again.
That made me think of one of the episodes of Androids and Aliens from Glass Cannon, where they were playing on Roll20, and somehow it glitched, and Ellie saw, I think it was Ellie, saw something that she wasn't supposed to see, and Troy was pissed for like 3 episodes about it.
Yeah.
Sounds
Is-
about right.
Oh, it was so funny. He was so mad.
I remember because
Love
he
it when he
moved
gets
it into
mad.
a different room. They opened the door and it wasn't there anymore.
It's
like-
so funny.
I remember he's still, like Roll20 was his enemy after that for so long.
Forever.
True.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys climb down the ladder one after another, and you step down onto a large balcony that features a narrow sand pit, about 35 feet long, with small rope partitions marking the last 5 feet on each end. There's a rusty iron ladder that you guys just climbed down from. There's a door to the south that leads to the inside of the keep. That is here.
I'm gonna go take a look at that door.
What's the play, boys?
As you step across the sand, it feels like sand.
Okay. It's like, god damn it. The sand feels like sand, mate. It's crazy.
We ain't found shit.
We ain't found shit. Come the desert.
However, as you guys are kind of getting down there, go ahead and click on that there, that little search/perception check for me.
Oh. Secret or public?
Blind
jam roll?
Secrets. It doesn't matter really.
Too late.
Question: Since I declared I was pursuing a lead last game, does this count as
No.
part of that?
It does not.
Gotta try to stack it.
Yes, keep reminding me also. Keep me honest.
Is that a per session thing?
It just, once I started it sort of lasts.
Okay.
For the investigation.
Got it. I didn't know if
Yeah.
it was like a once a session, which is interesting that that's like a rule piece.
Are we going in this door?
So there's a door directly to the south of Bertrand. However, Sif. Oh,
Sorry.
you open the door. Nope.
My bad.
Nope. Don't close it. It's already open, dog. As Bertrand opens the door, Sif does notice something interesting. You notice that there is dried blood kind of littered throughout the sand pit here. You're kind of looking at it and you're imagining what this pit could have been used for, and you think quite possibly for duels. And you notice something kind of glinting, kind of deep beneath, right in front of you, at your feet in the sand.
I'm gonna reach down and try to dust the sand and see what it is.
You dust it off, and it looks like there's a talisman of some kind.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick it up, and as I pick it up, I'm like, Bertrand, as he opens the door.
No,
Yes.
he didn't open. I wanted to do stuff at the door. That's me, Dylan, being an idiot.
Okay, for sure. So as Bertrand's reaching for the door, Sif yells out, says,
Bertrand,
what's he gonna say?
What do you got, mate?
you recognize this?
I don't know. I'm quite stupid.
So it's a very simple like a thin chain with an small orange crystal tied to it.
Interesting.
Any, do we all see this thing?
He's holding it
Sure.
out, yeah.
Yeah, I'm holding
Is
it
there
down.
a knowledge check relatable that we could roll, Rick, a roll?
It hums in your hands with a magical power.
Oh gosh, I just found 2 magic items. So cool.
Yeah, so I'll just kind of hold it. I'll walk back over to these guys and kind of get in the middle so I can talk to everybody. I walk around, I don't walk through. And
We're all huddled up.
It's a good detail.
this is humming too.
Just like a slight.
As soon as we have time, maybe. Faraday, you seem to have some knowledge. Perhaps one of us can examine the feather and one of us can examine this. It might help us. I don't know.
Does it feel like we could like chill here for a minute? Like, are we on the backside underneath the cave?
Yes, essentially that's where you are.
He might be as good a spot as any before we go inside.
It'd be 10 minutes per item.
Well, can two
But we
people
could
do it at the
split it
same
up, right?
time?
Yes.
Maybe now. We might as well. Before we go inside, we'd never know these items could help us.
Are we agreed?
Yes, I think this is fair.
I hand the amulet to Faraday, and I take out the feather.
And Bertrand's gonna listen at the door for 10 minutes.
Okay. All right, so let me move the. I'll move the talisman to Faradir here.
As much as I want it, like, I'm not gonna hoard shit. That should have left.
No, I mean, this could be good stuff.
All right, so what do you want to try and roll for the talisman, Faradir?
Occultism.
Okay. Go ahead. Make that secret roll. And for the feather, what do you want to try and roll?
I think we initially identified it as magic, so I'll go with Arcana, I guess.
Okay, go ahead and roll that secret.
Find.
And I rolled my listening at the door.
Perfect.
Because I want to roll.
All right, Faradir, unfortunately, you have absolutely no clue as to what this talisman is meant to do. It's got runes inscribed on every facet of it, but it is a very small orange crystal that is inset on in an iron clasp. and the chain that it's on is not even big enough to fit around a neck, maybe a small wrist.
Is this something that a hero point could potentially give me a better answer?
Absolutely, you want to give that to me? I'll take it.
Yeah.
Don't even roll. I'll just tell you.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
All right, so I'll take your hero point and tell you that this is a potency crystal.
Ooh, cool.
So this is it's a potency crystal talisman. So it's an item you attach to an item, and on activation, it is destroyed. The weapon that it's attached to becomes a +1 striking weapon, meaning that it gets +1 to hit, and it deals an additional die of damage. For how long?
Isn't it?
It's just that attack, I think, right?
I thought that they were
So-
indefinite.
So that's the actual rune. So it's not a rune; it's a potency crystal. So it works like a talisman versus the actual runes.
Got it. Okay.
Yes, runes can be transcribed and moved from items. Potency crystals cannot. They are one-time use talismans.
Cool. That's cool though.
And I don't see an expiration or duration on it, so I think it's just until you hit successfully.
Ooh.
So that's fucking cool as shit.
So just till your next strike.
Till your next successful strike.
Successful strike. So I think Faradir finding out what it is, he is going to reach it over towards Bertrand. Bertrand, this here talisman, once activated, will make your weapon stronger. Maybe this could be of use to you.
Well, I'd like to see. Quite honestly, I'd like to know what that feather is before I climb to this beauty.
I just have a finger up.
Just about. I think I have it.
Good point. Let's wait.
As Fen might be able to use it, I think he's. Let's say what
All right, so this
ship communism and all. I don't want to take it
with
all.
Sif, your knowledge check, it was successful. So I'll tell you that this is a fan feather token. The feather token looks as I described, except with an interact action. It requires you to fan it in a given direction. Once it's fanned, if this direction is toward the sail of a vessel, the feather flutters up toward the sail and fans continuously, filling the sail with air and granting the vessel a +10 foot circumstance bonus to its speed for 8 hours.
That is sick.
If fanned in any other
Completely
direction,
useless, but that is sick.
it instead produces a single casting of gust of wind with a DC of 20.
Oh, that's cool.
DC 20 is level 5, so that's pretty good.
Wow, that is neat.
So it's specifically, if it's pointed at a sail, it does that. If in any other direction, gust of wind with a DC 20.
It's not a consumable.
Since
It
it's a
is
consumable.
a consumable.
Ah, so that is a
One-time use.
So that was the captain's get out of jail free card if she was
In some shit.
needed to get the hell out of Dodge.
That is cool. That's a
pretty
cool
cool,
item.
man. All right, so those are identified and in each of your inventories. If you'd like to move those to another character, just drag and drop them onto the token.
Yeah, I hold it up.
I mean, this is similar to sort of what you did, Ben, but I think it would have thrown them off the cliff.
I suppose we could always save it for, a rainy day, so to speak. Or
Mhm.
we could push someone else off the cliff.
Agreed. I'll keep it on hand unless one of you think it's better for you to hold.
Have at it, Mike.
Let's see.
That potency crystal says until the end of the turn.
That's cool.
Oh, and must have missed that. Cool. Till the end of turn. I like my
It looks
version
like
better.
it's activate is a free action. It looks like.
Fen, what are your thoughts? You like this? I'm more of a finesse man myself.
It does say until end of turn. Good catch.
Yes, I suppose I could take this stuff AI and do a little more damage with my trusty friend the Trident here.
Plus, I've got my little tassel here. Don't want to make him jealous. He like flips his little eye catcher on his thing. I don't know. It's being weird. Did Bertrand hear anything at the door when he was listening?
Let me see again. Let's see. Yes, you did.
By the way, I heard something, mates.
As you all were kind of like huddled around the door and the fight little dueling pit here, you heard the sound of a couple of doors opening and closing, and the shuffling of several pairs of heavy booted feet.
I tell them this. I think when we open the door, we might be met with some adversaries.
Faradir is still standing there with the potency crystal. He has no use for this. He has no weapons. Somebody else should take it, he's thinking.
Fen is going to take it, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Perfect.
I think as you say that, I'm gonna actually, like, you see me shifting around like my dagger and my shield. I'm gonna hold the longbow, and essentially have an arrow readied in case we need to fire.
Cool. Well, I think if there's anybody else has a plan, I'm gonna try to open this door nice and quiet like.
I think I'm gonna do something here since you're right next to me. I'm going to cast a runic weapon on your sword.
Oh, that's so cool.
So, essentially, you get a +1. Your weapon becomes a +1 striking weapon and gains a +1 item bonus to attack rolls, increasing the number of weapon damage dice to 2 for the next minute. And so Fen draws the symbol.
Natural ones.
Yeah, Fen draws the symbol of Gazra on your sword hilt. It's just like, I don't know what we're about to face, but hopefully this will help us.
Thanks, brother.
My brother in the faith, you are welcome.
And then we'll try to do a stealth check to open this door.
Faradir has his hands up like he's ready to emperor somebody.
I think Fen is gonna raise his shield.
It sounds like it's loud.
There are doors being opened and closed, and heavy booted feet that seem to be emanating from not emanating, but heard from just beyond that door. Before you can even do anything with the door, Bertrand, you hear a voice that's familiar. And it says, "Whoever is out there, come in so we may greet you."
I guess then he just opens the door really stealthily, and they
And
don't.
it's like,
know
nobody
that
is
I'm
home.
Can't come in. I'm doing the dishes.
I'm naked, I cannot come in.
Yeah. I guess they know we might as well. What do we do? Shall I open the door, mates?
They
Come,
already
come.
know we're here. What option do we have?
What outside or inside, I guess.
We're here now.
Well, see you on the other side, boys. And he'll open the door. Oh, it's Vanda.
You see Sister Vanda standing at the other side of the door. She does have her greatsword raised, and 2 hands at the ready, and then she kind of looks at you and kind of looks curious, and she squints and she says, "What in Gorham's name are you doing here?" And she kind of relaxes a bit, but keeps her hands on the hilt of her greatsword.
Well, yeah, he caught me. Honestly, we were worried about Ordwe. Spoke with the ship captain, and she's been worried about her captain. We've had enough, and we've come to try to find them.
Just gonna throw it out there. For those of us who are near the heads, some of us are still covered in blood.
Yeah, and also there were 3 crazy heads up here to try to. They bit Sif and Fen. Do you know about these heads up here?
Yes, those are our, you could say, Gorham's eyes and guards. If anybody were to intrude upon us from the roof, you've got past them, it seems. If you were so curious about Ordwe, why wouldn't you just come through the front door?
Seemed like you wouldn't have let us in. You're quite secretive earlier, yesterday.
Just in fairness, you do not exude the most welcoming attitude.
She kind of grunts. Well, Ordwe's safe. She's downstairs talking to Ragnulf still. I think they're having lunch. She points down the stairwell just to her right.
Sense motive.
Sure.
Do we all hear her speaking?
Yeah. Yep.
Can I step in the room so like we can kind of?
Sure. Yeah.
All right, and then perception and sense motive, correct?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I always forget that.
All right. Anybody else coming in? Sif is standing at the doorway, a little nervous.
Yeah.
Come on, Noel. Let's go talk to your leader, Ordwe. Let her know how rude you all are to come in through the roof. Bunch of
I think-
weirdos from Osprey Cove.
From the mic.
Standing at the doorway, Sif is going to reach into the backpack and then pull out the captain's hat.
Does this look familiar?
I'm just going to hold it out to Vanda.
She squints. She says, "No, it doesn't." Bertrand, you don't notice anything off.
If I leaned inside and peeked, Sif's not stepping inside, but I can't see the room on the map without like moving inside. Oh, crap! It's small. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a large room.
You
It's
walk
a very
in.
tiny room.
That's so funny.
I do not want to be. I'm gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna stay there until I see my body move. I do not trust this woman. I put the hat back in the backpack and keep my hands ready. I still have the longbow in my right hand.
Ben
Okay.
doesn't
think-
expect it. I said to do. I'm just waiting to get kicked down this flight of stairs.
So you asked if she recognized the hat, and she said no.
Mm-hmm.
Then I think Faradir would roll a deception check and say, "I'm just looking for Captain Perios."
Like, who's that? Is that the old man?
There have been a few old men. We're not really sure.
Since I thought he was the old man.
She nods. She's like, "Come in, come down. I don't know who this Captain Perios is. Ordwe's having lunch with Ragnulf downstairs." in the mess hall.
You insist.
And I'll escort you.
Lead the way.
I'll follow you.
After you, I insist, as Fen walks down the stairs and
Yeah,
disappears
Fenn's
to
already
the
down
next.
the stairs. He's just like, all right, bet.
I just look at Faraday, who's standing outside. I think it's just a silent look of like, are we really fucking doing this?
We're still not even going in yet. Like,
Fenn downstairs is like, we're fucking doing it.
Yeah, I was gonna say Sif was gonna like, or not Sif. Bertram's gonna lean out the door and say, "Come on, mates, we're fucking doing it."
So yeah, you head down a stairwell. It comes down to a hallway with more doors.
I'll
more door.
loose the bow around, and just look back at Faradir, and Faradir, I'll have you go first so that I walk right before Vanda.
You really have a thing for doors there, don't you, Dylan?
I lack self-control in so many.
What did
so
you
many
see,
levels.
Dylan?
I don't know. I closed it immediately.
I don't even. Oh, there he is. I was like, I don't even see Dylan.
God damn it, my bad.
Did
It's like, what
Vanda
does this
follow
do?
us?
Yeah, Vanda's following after you. She says, yeah, just around that hallway down there to the south there, Fen. Or she doesn't know your name. She
All right,
points around the
crazy
corner.
woman, I am on my way.
Looks back.
She says, no,
I never
that's
told you his
the
name.
kitchen. That door there. She kind of points around the corner. Oh, hold on, I gotta switch the map for the audience. Also.
Faradir's like, this door?
Yes, and you see. Wait, which door did you
Oh,
open?
this is the right one.
That is the wrong door. She says, God damn it. You daft old man. And it looks like
What?
it just looks like a storage room with foodstuffs.
I don't think this is it.
This one at the end?
She says, get out of the way. Come.
This looks like a closet.
There we go. We just had to piss her off enough, and now she'll get up in front and go into and do it.
This is the correct door.
Then you walk into what looks like to be a kitchen. Fair dear.
Fenn's like, are there any tasty
As
treats?
soon as you open up that door, though, you see a disturbing sight.
Oh man.
And you are immediately charged by these creatures that we will visit next time.
No, oh no. There's too many doors, man.
She's
let
so
us-
unspecific.
Go open that door. Yeah, exactly.
She
It's
pointed
like
to
you're. It's a trap, but it's
She
not a trap.
pointed.
It's like, go open the door. So Faradir was like, this one? Nope. Oh, this one? Up.
Man.
She
Player
pointed,
stupidity.
said the man on the audio-based.
She
Player
pointed to the.
stupidity.
So there was actually. Let me just describe it again for everybody at home. Let's go back there too, just for us too. So, so as you guys came down the stairs, there was a set of 4 doors to the north. At the end of the hallway, a door, and 2 doors to the south of this hallway. She had pointed to the door to the first door on the left to the south, as Faradir opened the door to the storage room, following after Bertrand and Sif, waiting for them to move so she can make her way down the hallway. But Faradir sees something very interesting, and it's definitely not Ordwy or Lord Ragnolf, it seems.
In our defense, the map, when you say to the south, the way I'm looking at this map, I'm like, where is the
It's hard to
south?
see the door.
Truly? Because I'm like,
Faradir closes the door.
It's too late, they're charging after you.
He's like, nope.
Yes. Wrong
Then-
door.
then peeks out the door with a handful of popcorn. What?
If she's in on it, and I have her blocked in a quarter that she cannot pass, and she has a great sword, I am dying next game.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
doesn't,
I almost let you pass me, Sif. Like, I don't know. maybe. Like we should get on either side of it, but here we are.
I think Faradir, he's like older, so he just does what he wants, you know, and he just like gets
Yeah.
away with it.
Like he said earlier in the episode, there are no dang laws.
Yeah.
All right, so that's where we're going to leave it for this session, 007, as the group descends down Stonehome and may be meeting their doom. So,
Prepare your backups.
yes, let's talk about backups offline in our Discord, where you can join us via our socials, Twitch links on our Twitch page, etc., etc., etc. So thank you all for joining us for another episode and the live stream. Chris, you're the best. And everybody at home and you here at the table with me, the virtual table that is Foundry VTT. Don't forget to live by the die,
The die.
and die by the die.
I was not ready.
Die by the die.
I love
At some point.
I felt it coming.
Toodaloo.
Bye, Chris.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.
Or actually, you know what? I'm going to. How do I do the raiding? I'll do that. I'm gonna do the raid.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna do the raid. Who can I raid? Is anybody from HSV on? Let's do that.
How do you find that group, by the way?
Uh,
Is it a Discord or?